All right, geometry, this is day 3, similar triangles. And this should be relatively simple. That's why I'm having you do it at home. And those of you that were in class yesterday, we talked about it a little bit. So similar triangles, same shape, just a different size. It's like a dilation has occurred on it. And so we use this symbol similar. I don't know if you can see it in here. It's just a little tilde, I think you call it in Spanish. Okay. And so it's when all the sides are in proportion and all the angles are equal, the corresponding ones. So when you look at these two green triangles, notice that the one on the right is twice as big as the one on the left, right? So if I call the one on the left triangle FLO is similar to triangle, I have to make sure when I name it that I name the angle that's the same size as F. And F is going to match up with H, so I have to say H. And then I have L. L is going to match up with I, so HI. And then O over here matches with T. So when you name similar triangles, you have to make sure that you match up the angles, okay? So I look down here, I'll go back to that, although we talked about it in class, but I'm going to go back anyway. But I look at this one, and if I call the one on the left triangle ABC is similar to triangle, I have to make sure that when I say A, which angle in the other triangle is the same as angle A, has the same markings as angle A. Well, I notice that angle D does, so D is going to be first because they both have a single mark in them, so that I know they're the same ones. They're the same measure. Sorry. And then B has 2 marks in it. Which angle in the other triangle has 2 marks in it? Well, that would be E. That shows that those two are equal. And then C has 3 marks in it, and that's F over here. So when you name similar triangles, you have to make sure that you are matching up the correct angles, okay? That's hugely important. All right, so I look here, and I have this awesome 2 triangles, and we talked about this yesterday, and they have to, the sides, the corresponding sides have to have the same ratio. So one of the things that I notice is that this is 7, and its corresponding side in the big triangle is 14. So that makes it twice as big, right? Okay, I could do 7 to 14, which is a half, right? Or I could do it the other way and do 14 over 7, which makes it a 2. It doesn't really make any difference. But when I do side 8, which side corresponds with side 8, BC over there, it would be side EF. So I know that whatever that side is, it has to be this, in that same proportion. So, which is pretty easy to do in my head. It's got to be 16. And then I look at this one, I'll put a little triangle around it, right? Its side's going to match up with this side, triangle side. So if I have 1/2 again, this time triangle would be on the top, the unknown triangle would be on the top, because that's what the little triangle, you have to make sure you match up the sides. And so then that, of course, would be 10. I could have figured that out without doing anything. But that's what we have to do. We have to make sure you're careful. Okay, so now I look at these triangles and I say, are these 2 triangles similar? And yes, because this angle is 45, this angle is 45. This one here is 90 because of the square. This one is 90. And then I know that these 2 have to be the same also because all 3 have to add up to 180. So if 2 of them are the same, then all 3 of them are the same. Okay, I think these M's stand for meters. So the first thing that I notice is that I have a 5 meter and a 15 meter. So I'm going to put 5 meters over 15 meters, or just 5 over 15. Now let's say I want to find A first. Well, A matches with the 6M, right, or the 6 meters. Okay, since I put the 5 on the top, I have to make sure I put the 6 on the top and then A on the bottom. And if I'm paying attention, I notice that 5 times 3 made 15. So, or I can cross multiply, right? 5A equals 15 times 6, and I can figure it out that way. However I figure it out, A is going to end up being 18. And then I do something similar with B. Change colors because I can. B matches with 9, so I'm still going to start with my 5 over 15 is equal to, this time B gets to go on the top because it's in the same triangle as 5, and then 9 goes on the bottom. So if you want to cross multiply, 15 times B is equal to 5 times 9, which is 45. Any way you slice it, B is equal to 3. So that's what we're going to be doing. All right, same way here. I have this angle 100, so we're going to assume that these other ones are the same, just because. So I noticed, let's see, looking around, it looks like I have a 5 and a 10. So it looks like the triangle on the right is twice as big as the triangle on the left. So if I do, so 5 over 10, let's do this 10 down here is going to match with this A. So 10 over A. And then that means, of course, A is 20 because it's twice as big. And then I have 5 over 10. I have B and 14. B has to be on the top because I'm putting the little triangle on the top, 14, so I know that B is 7. Okay, that's all we're doing, is just similar triangles. All right, good luck.